All right, everybody, we're live here at the Dirty Mo Media Studio for the Dale Jr. Download. This is the Ask Amy part of the show. Amy's here today. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
We've had a lot of fun. We had Ryan Blaney on earlier talking about his win at Phoenix. And for the guest segment tomorrow, we'll have all four Xfinity drivers for the Xfinity Series, the Final Four, going for the championship this weekend in Phoenix. Those guys are going to be on our Wednesday Allied guest segment. And we got some questions for Amy, and let's get started.
We do. I'm pulling up the questions now.
Wait, first off,
yes.
We gotta say thank you. I mentioned the Xfinity drivers coming on tomorrow.
Did.
Yeah, we gotta thank Xfinity Mobile. Our Xfinity Mobile's customers get exclusive access to Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig in millions of hotspots across the nation, and with its nationwide coverage, you know that it will always come through in a clutch situation. Take NASCAR on the go with Xfinity Mobile. So now we can go.
Someone said thank you, Amy, for being on because every time you're on, we always start this on time.
Oh, really? I keep you guys on schedule?
Yes, you do. But this first question is coming from Madeline. I've seen a lot of questions about this on Twitter, Facebook, but they need to know, how was the Taylor Swift concert?
Taylor Swift was amazing. I can say that I'm not like a true
Swiftie,
self-proclaimed Swiftie. Mm-hmm. I have kind of like, I like some of her music and I'll listen to it, but I'm not like a diehard. And I mean that respectfully, but our daughter is. And so we stumbled across some tickets, and it was one of the best concerts, truly the best productions I've ever seen. So it was amazing. Isla had a great time for about half the show, and then she literally just turned off. She crashed. Yeah, Johnny, power down. And she laid in my lap for the last hour and a half of the show.
It's a long show. It's like 3 hours, right?
It was, yeah, she goes on right at 8, and it was over at 11:30, so 3.5 hours. It's pretty long.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But she didn't make it. She fell asleep and was able to nap with all that noise. She's kind of like her dad. She could fall asleep in a crowded room.
Wow. And did you do, because when you were telling me about this a few weekends ago, you said you weren't going to tell her until she was on her way there.
Yes. So my friend and I, we both took our daughters, they're same age. We hem-hawed about when to do that, because you can't really tell a child too early what they're going to get to do, or they don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
They ask you every 5 minutes when you're going. And so we waited till we got on the airplane to tell them we had everything decorated. There was, Taylor Swift stuff everywhere and disco balls and whatever. So they were excited, but I don't think they really got it. We got in the plane, and Isla goes, "A plane party, how fun!" I was like, "Well, next time, that's what we'll do. We'll just have a party in the airplane. We won't go anywhere."
Oh my!
Because that would have sufficed.
But now is she going to see that if you do another one? Be like, "Oh, we're going to Taylor Swift again."
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like we're going to set that out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how we'll top Taylor Swift.
Dale, you didn't go?
I went hunting.
He was invited. He was invited.
He went the complete opposite way.
He decided to go sit in a tree somewhere.
So nice.
Did you get anything?
No. I saw a nice buck the first night, and I had a decoy out in the field, and he was coming downwind of the decoy to see if that thing was real. And when he realized it wasn't, he got out of there, so I didn't really get a chance. And I was questioning whether I should, whether it was a deer I wanted. But the next 2 nights, I didn't see anything that big. But I had a blast, man, sitting in a deer stand in the middle of the United States, in watching the world, right? Watching the real world move is, I don't know, man. It's hard. You can't understand how fun and enjoyable that is till you actually get in there and try it. And so
very peaceful.
It is so nice. And I mean, I think about everything. Now it's peaceful, but in my mind, I'm thinking about
that's just a problem.
Yeah.
That's just a Dale Jr. problem.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm not trying to get mushy here, but I think about my dad a lot, honestly, a lot when I'm deer hunting, because he loved hunting, and I used to want to go hunting with him all the time, even though. So when I was little and I'd go hunt with Dad, he had chain up deer stands, and basically a chain up deer stand is a little platform big enough for your feet, a chair, a little cushion, and that's it. It's chained to the side of a tree. You lean up against the back of the tree. You're 25 feet in the air, and he would put me on that platform, and I'd lay down on that platform at like 5, 6 years old, and he'd just be hunting, and I'd just be sitting there, but. They're
untethered?
Yeah. No safety, none of that, right? Yeah, crazy. And I knew it was miserable. I hated it, but I wanted so badly to be with him where he was. And so when he would leave, go hunting without me, I'm like, oh, I want to go hunting. And then when I got older, I wanted to like hunting, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't get to where I loved it and wanted to go do it. And but I kept pushing myself because it was something my dad loved, and I wanted to love it too. And but I finally got there over the last probably 6 or 7 years. We got me and Truex and my brother-in-law LW got some land, and we've been trying to shape that land and get it going so we can kind of create a great place to hunt. And it doesn't matter. I don't care if I get one or not. I really don't. I mean, I want to, but it's not like some hunters are like, really disappointed if it doesn't work out, right? And I'm going to go once a year for about 3 days because of how busy my schedule is. And it doesn't matter if I get one or not. I think I've gotten 3 deer off that land in 7 years. And it's just fun sitting there and just thinking about life, thinking about the choices you've made, watching nature, right? Watching animals do what they do. They have no clue you're there. And watch this deer. I watched a doe and a squirrel share a water hole.
Wow.
Like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Wow, you're basically Snow White.
Yeah.
They're looking at each other. They're looking at each other like, I'm cool with this if you are.
Yeah. Good. I'm
I'm
good.
just thirsty. I'm not going to bother you.
That's the
I ain't going to bother
thumbnail.
you, and that's kind of what's going on. And then there were about 6 does that came right under my stand. They're literally 20 feet away from me, just chomping on acorns. I'm like, how in the hell are your teeth not busted? But, and then this buck comes in, and he's about a 9-pointer, and pretty small buck, size-wise. And he is grunting like crazy because they're in rut, right? So they're chasing, trying to find doe that are ready to go. And he is grunting and busting through the woods, chasing these does are like, little gazelles hopping around in the woods and trying to get away from this buck. And he's just like plowing through and just all kinds of racket and grunting.
Sounds like he's got no game whatsoever.
He's grunting like crazy. Grunt, grunt, grunt. And it's wild to watch. You're like, and this is what's going on in the woods every day. This is their life, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun. I've tried to get I want Amy to go one night.
I
Just
can't
once.
be quiet for that long. I
Yes,
mean,
you can.
I could physically be quiet with my mouth, but I feel like I can't sit still that long.
Well, the tree that I was in, I had 4 bars of LTE. So I watched the Washington game. I watched them beat the Giants.
You could just do this in the bathroom. You don't.
but wait,
They're on a
Why do
nature
we have to go all
I'm
the
documentary.
way
sorry,
in the
there's
middle
not
of
any
nowhere?
deer in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can't watch the squirrel in the bathroom.
That's true.
You found the wrong bathroom.
I got in the tree early at 1:30. It's probably an hour or two soon, but we had the change in time, so it was getting dark sooner. But I watched the end of the Washington game, watched some of the race, and then I finally put my phone away when it got around 4 o'clock because you're going to start seeing movement. But it was fun. Sorry, I hijacked.
So Taylor Swift sounded like it was a good time.
Taylor Swift is great.
I want Amy to go once. Please, just one time.
You need
Listen,
to go to Taylor Swift and
wait.
she'll go hunting.
Amen, Andrew, because he was supposed to go. I had 2 extra tickets because he backed out,
Yeah.
and then the other dad backed out.
It worked out, though.
It did work out, but
Because you took...
we go and do a lot of things that are not in our typical wheelhouse, and so he needs to go to Taylor Swift also.
Did you get any like friendship bracelets or anything?
We came back with friendship bracelets from here to here.
Yeah.
That was Isla. So Isla doesn't
and
like
you
to
lost
share.
your circulation.
No, Isla wore them. She wouldn't let me have any. I had made one for myself before we went. We made some for our little friends, but no, she got into the switching. I was worried that she was going to want to trade because she doesn't really like to do that. She wants to take them, but she's not really giving you one. But she very much got into that. So she came home with just sleeves of bracelets. Yeah.
My wife
was
Kaylee
fun.
went in Nashville and they had friendship bracelets. They got confetti off the ground and like put it in a thing. And then they went on Etsy and got the tickets like actually printed because they were only on our phone. So like there's a ton of, there's
And
like
then
a
did they
whole
make,
like
a shadow box. And put it
yeah,
all
the whole
together?
thing. Yep,
Yeah.
everything. So
Good
it's
idea.
like a whole experience, not just the
It really
concert.
It's cool.
This next question coming from Doug. If Amy and Dale went on a date night bowling, who would win?
I saw this online, yeah.
I don't know. Dale's pretty good at most games. I'm not terrible.
I'm
we
not-
went bowling with the kids at Big Cedar, and I did pretty good. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think
About
it would
speed and power.
Speed and power, he's got that going on. Yeah.
I think it would be
Aim, probably me.
I think it would
Okay.
be. Yeah, it would be even.
Wow.
Yeah, I like to bowl, but I'm not great at bowling. I'll be
Me
I'll be
too.
honest.
I think I'm
not-
in the same boat. I think I like it more than I
ain't
am
good.
talented at it.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
the
pretty
thing. Is
bad.
like you can psych yourself out when you get there. I don't care.
You
Like, I'm
walk
not
into the bowling alley, you're like, oh, I'm gonna crush this, and then you remember how bad you are at
Yeah.
bowling. That's at least my
It always
experience.
hurts
And
my hand.
Yeah.
My fingers hurt after.
Now,
Yep.
if we're doing like the video game bowling,
Oh,
Wii
man, yeah,
bowling
we
is
bowling.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have
Get
that.
a
Not
turkey
Wii
once a
bowling.
game.
like the Golden Tee style ball.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
tabletop.
That's not fair though, because he's had that game in his house for 20 years. So
Yeah.
he's
I said
Well
when
versed.
during COVID, I went downstairs and I bowled on that game until I bowled a near perfect game,
Yeah.
and I got the high score. It took
he
me
taught Isla how
forever.
to use it. And He
Really?
would go down there and
Yeah.
start the game up on her own. Yeah,
Yeah,
And how good is she at that game?
pretty good.
Wow.
Mhm.
All right. This next question is coming from Ethan. He needs some help. He needs some advice.
Oh,
Ethan, we are here for you. What is a necessity to bring for an engagement party because his fiance is freaking out?
an engagement party
Yeah, like what do you bring to,
as a gift?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, bottle of champagne's always nice.
Mhm.
Something nice they could keep for their wedding,
Mm.
or I don't know. I don't feel like. Did we get presents? Do we do presents?
yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think
either.
that's necessary.
I don't either.
Just yourself, your happy self.
I like
yes.
the bottle of champagne. That's
Bring
a
the
great idea.
energy.
That's-
Bring
yeah,
a bottle of
champagne.
That's good.
champagne.
Yep.
That's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Don't freak out.
Um,
It's all gonna be okay.
Yes. Matt Winters wants to know, this is also on Twitter. We had Blaney call in on the Dirty Air show. They need to know, do you guys have a favorite Blaney story from when he was your neighbor or any other time? I guess favorite Blaney story.
Favorite Blaney story. He used to come over all the time. He'd ride his little 4-wheeler, whatever, through the woods. But when he won, what race was it that he won that we picked?
Pocono.
We
First
won
race,
Pocono.
First win.
And
Oh,
we were
yeah.
at home. And so we packed up the coolers and had cold beer on the back porch by the time he got home. And we stayed up till like 4 a.m. I think that's probably the best.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, he was like, it was fun for us to be an assist on that night because he came back to his house. We
We were so close, and
we
his
had
family
two
wasn't. So
we had 2 or 3 big fish coolers, like
Gigantic.
big gigantic coolers full of beer, and his whole crew team, everybody came, and they were like, "Great, awesome!"
it was like an obligatory. It felt like a mom and pop.
Yeah, it felt like
Yeah.
the parent.
Yeah.
We were the parent.
All right,
It
don't
really-
be too loud. We're gonna go
Keep it
inside.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
That's cool. By the way, people in the YouTube chat, Amy, they love the shirt that you're wearing.
Thank you.
You can buy that
You can get that.
online,
Yes.
shopjuniornation.com,
Or in the gift
right?
shop.
Yes.
Or in the gift shop. That's right.
There's
Or
some
it's
in
at
the
the
gift shop.
racetrack now, too. I saw
That's
there was a
right.
long line to buy Bud 8 merch.
I
at
did put the
racetrack
link in
this
my
weekend.
story this morning.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
So speaking of the car store, I had a couple comments I wanted to maybe
Good,
drop
yes.
here live. So the car store schedule is out for next year. We're dialing it back from 17 to maybe 15 races to give our teams a little relief. We had a lot of rainouts, which ended up stacking a bunch of races together. April 12th, we're trying to get a deal done with Cordell for that weekend, which I would race if we do. And I have about 4 events that I'm going to compete in the late model stock car each year. And I think I want to run all of those exclusively in the Cars Tour next year. So
Cool.
if you want to be able to watch that, if you can't be at any of the races, go on social media, go to the Cars Tour Twitter handle, copy and save the photo of that schedule. And if you can make it to a race, come out and see us, come get some autographs or what have you. If not, get your Flow subscription, and you can see all of them on Flow. I think Flow's getting the Snowball Derby this year, but Flow, there's no paywall behind Flow. So if you get Flow and get a subscription, you can watch our races, you can watch any motorsports, you can watch any other sports, boxing, high school football, everything there is available. Just one subscription. Pretty cool.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It was at North Wilkesboro for your finale. And it was quite
Yeah.
a show.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, man. Glad to get that schedule out.
Yes. We got time for one more?
Yeah,
more question?
sure.
By the way, I saw someone in the YouTube chat said the way I say all right just gets under their skin. So I'm going to milk
All
that
right?
word a few more times.
The way you say all right.
All right.
All right, all right.
That's how
all
you
right.
say it. All right.
All right.
You got a problem with that?
Full
No,
sing-songy.
I
It
never
goes up.
was bothered by that, but probably going forward,
Oh,
theater
man.
it'll
to
be
it.
it'll get under my
I'm gonna
skin
open
as
my-
well.
All right. This next question is from Natalie, and we need an update. Did you pass your eye contact test?
This is
We
a
have
great
not talked
question.
about this.
I did forget about this.
He is an epic fail.
He's wearing
at contact.
glasses.
Yeah. All right, so
Screwed it up.
yeah, so
He doesn't even want to try. He doesn't.
I'm not shut the door on it entirely, but
They're still in the bag in the
Yeah.
foyer on the desk.
so here's the thing. Here's the thing.
An
So
eyesore.
we talked about it. We talked about this on the show. The girls at the doctor all listen.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And so when I went in there to get my tests or for my fitting, she's like, I heard all the things. And so we sat down, and working with her, I was able to get them in and get them out. It was not easy, but it was. She sent me out the door with the stuff. What I will say is this, and I'm confused. I need some help.
All right.
They told me, they said, you're not going to love your contacts as much as your glasses.
That was where we went wrong. We don't tell Dale you're not going to love it before he even starts.
I really want some help. And so looking through my glasses, I can see as clear as a bell. When I put the contacts in, I was going to be fine accepting a bit of a different experience. That was going to be okay. Okay? When I looked at my phone, I was happy that I could see and read it, right? That was going to be enough. But when I was looking at the wall and doing all of the other tests, everything seemed pretty decent. I got up to leave, and I walked outside, and I could not see 150 yards away. From like 100 yards and further out was really blurry. And I thought, well, that's not good at all. That's awful. But maybe this is just something, maybe my eyes are irritated, trying to get these things in and out during the fitting. My eyes were really upset and angry. And
Angry.
Well, all the skin was just
a lot of
in pain because I'm like,
tears
you're prying your eye open. And
Look at his face.
I wore contacts for like a
Yeah.
long time.
and so
Started wearing glasses when I was 7.
yeah.
Oh.
And so I was like taken aback. And me and Amy went to early voting, and we got done with that. And it happens to be right next to that office. And I said, I'm going to go back in there. This isn't good enough. And I walked back in there, and I said, guys.
He had me pull the contacts out, by the way, when we were in the parking lot after voting.
Yeah.
Like we're standing in.
You
He couldn't
pulled
pluck
them
them out. So I just plucked them
that
right
would
out of his
freak
eye.
me out more, I think.
It was
Anyone else's, I don't like my finger in my eye, but I don't want
I'm
anybody
not-
Well,
else's.
so
She-
I'm not actually touching his eye.
Oh,
I'm
you're
touching
just
the
doing that.
contact,
Yeah.
right? Like so.
She grabbed it. She can take them right in and out. We did it at the house too.
That was better.
So I go into the office and I'm like, guys, I can't see far away. Like I can't see good at all. It's really blurry. And so we sat down and we tried all these different combinations. And then I went home with that. And I tried to wear them, and it's just
So he's got astigmatism in his
right eye.
Yeah. And
So-
the left eye is just basic nearsightedness, so you can't see far away, and
right.
reading issues.
I can see,
so
honestly,
it's trifecta of crap.
Yeah.
I'll be
So-
A
honest
whole
with
bunch
you.
of stuff going
Yeah.
on.
I could see better without the contacts at far away distance than, just nothing.
So they just got your prescription wrong,
Yeah, we
right?
just need to alter
That's all it
something.
is.
And so,
But going back to we came home. He's got the new sets. We're trying to get them in his eyes. We go into the sun porch where you can see really well. We have a little mirror. I'm sitting on the counter.
everything's set up.
Behind. He's going to do the contacts. He wants my attention just in case he needs help. As soon as he gets the contact within like an inch, he closes his eye.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. Like,
Oh, like it's like a habit thing,
so
like a
stop closing your eye.
Yeah.
And he's got his eyelashes, and he's like,
I know.
it's never going to work.
No.
So I had to get it in there.
We should bring some contacts into the studio.
Finally, Amy
job that someone can do?
Amy puts them in, and Amy takes them out. And
He pouted he wore them for like 2 or 3 hours, maybe.
They told
and
me-
then
Are they
pouted.
uncomfortable?
No, they told me the first day they're like, wear them 4 hours, then add an hour each day after that. I will figure out how to get them in and out over time. I'm confident that I can do that. But when I'm wearing them, I don't see as well as wearing nothing at all.
So it sounds like it's a prescription thing then.
That part I'm going to give him.
How did that not?
But the part.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Don't ask
I'm
me.
sure something just got
It's
mixed
the
up.
optometrist.
The girls at the
Here's the
office
thing
were
about getting your
doing a
eyes
good job.
checked. You have to be able to tell them exactly what you can and can't see. So
I was. We were in the room, and I'm like, it's a little fuzzy. It's a little fuzzy. It's a little. No, they're changing this now. I'm like, yeah, guess it's fuzzy. Like it's not great.
Someone in the
eventually
group
they-
chat said,
they should
"Track
do-
bar, are you helping?"
Eventually they got.
Contacts
There,
are you
eventually
helping
they're
me?
like, we gotta get this guy out of here. He's gonna be here all day.
Did I say group chat? YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Basically our group chat.
Look, if I could put them in and go, this is good. I can see far. I can see reasonably up close. It's not going to be perfect.
I appreciate him going to the doctor to try. The kids even appreciated it, seeing his face.
Yeah.
He didn't have his glasses
Really?
on.
Yeah.
Both of the girls were like, "Oh, look at your face." So it's.
I think
nice to me.
I think I'm not done. It's not over. I'm gonna go
Good.
back.
They won the battle, but you're
I'm gonna
gonna
go back. I'm gonna go back and see if I
That's
can.
the mentality we need to have.
I'm gonna go back and see if we can figure out how to get the actual view, the seeing part of it better. And
Seeing part.
I'd like to be able to
contact.
see.
yeah,
Be kinda cool. I don't know.
if I can get that
I
better,
have an asset.
If I
If
can
I
get
get-
the eyes dialed in.
if I can just see good, then I might want to try to put them in. But there we are. That's
And we-
where I'm at.
Wow. And do you like seeing his face?
Yes.
Because the glasses kind
Yes.
of hide his eyebrows
hide-
and all of his emotions.
That's the best part. Is the like.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's not exactly the same, but it's almost like him wearing that Halloween mask. Like,
Oh yeah, can
The
we talk
old
about
man.
that really quickly too? I saw a lot of questions about that. The family photo of you guys was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
everyone's in character, and then,
And then
just
there's
this
Dale.
old man.
Yeah.
I had people ask me, "Who's that old man?" Like, that's Dale in the damn mask he bought.
Who's that old man?
Yeah.
He
You
just
sent a picture. It was
wandered into
Amy
the
and
shot.
the old man mask, and I'm like, "Who is that with Amy? Should I know who that is?" And it was the old man. It
Yeah.
took me a second.
Yeah.
It was
So-
good.
so
It
realistic.
doesn't move
was.
as well as you would anticipate because it's not like glued to his face. It's not like professional makeup. You know what I mean? So he's not really talking a whole lot, but he did. We went over to TJ and Tamla's house about 4:30. The kids are going to eat, and then we're going to get dressed there because you can't really do that and get in the car. Instead of doing any of the food, he goes out and parades himself up and down the street.
Shaking his fist at cars going by.
like his old man walk just by himself, parading around the
shuffling.
neighborhood, which he does not live in, like a creepo. Just,
Yeah, I didn't live there.
Just complaining about other people's yards.
I'm surprised.
Clean that up.
he was doing all of those things, kicking trash cans. You know, he didn't kick.
Oh my god.
He was saying all kinds of
Music's too
ridiculous
loud.
things.
I was like, who puts their leaves out in the street? Who put this pile of leaves here? Hey, you put this pile of leaves here? This isn't what we need.
Oh
The
my
final
gosh.
straw for me was almost the end of trick or treating. We had the kids with us, and he sticks his tongue out through the mouth and like wiggles his tongue. Like, that's it. I'm
That's
fucking
it.
over. I'm
Yeah,
out. I'm
yeah.
out.
I remember when all this
Bye.
used to be farmland.
All right, Grandpa, take your medicine. Yeah, exactly.
All of the neighbors are out with their kids having their great Halloween experience, and I'm going to stand in the middle of the street and shout, I remember when this used to be farmland.
He's just practicing
Can't
for
take
later.
him anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of other old man costumes. On
Oh,
our
yeah?
route. Yeah, they were wearing number 8 gear, bud jacket.
That's funny. Every time I go into an antique shop, there's Bud 8 stuff.
Oh yeah.
I always take a picture.
Lots of
What's
good
happening?
Wow.
We got to keep him humble.
Strays.
Yeah. It's in a museum somewhere. No.
Archival.
I was going to bring y'all all the candy that Isla picked up, but not
Not
more.
anymore.
Only if
thought
you
you
wear the
already
mask
did.
are you allowed to bring
Someone
the
came
candy.
and dumped our
Stop.
candy.
You're allowed to bring the candy, but only if you wear your mask.
There you go.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Old
No,
man
that'd be-
delivery.
I like wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Next show.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the regular season.
Maybe you could interview the 4 drivers tomorrow in the mask.
Yeah.
That would have been
That would
funny.
be-
Do we want to admit what our little daughter did unsupervised?
Oh.
Now it sounds like you kind of do.
Is this
Yeah,
our
not
daughter
now.
or is this your daughter? What happened?
I said our, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
It ain't ours.
But depending on what
Nope,
happened, maybe she
not my
just shares
daughter.
what happened.
She might have not abided by the take only one piece rule.
Oh, yeah, Isla. So Isla,
I was very disappointed.
Isla Stella, who is TJ's daughter, and then Scarlett Keselowski, who's a
Yeah.
sweet, sweet angel of a child.
Were the Kozlowskis with you, or was it just
They
Scarlett?
were. They were.
Yeah.
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 And Scarlett was dressed up with all the other girls as the Descendants characters. Those three ran off kind of doing their own thing. It's a safe, small, one-street neighborhood. And we can see them. But Scarlett gets one piece of candy at each door. The other two heathens come back, and their buckets were overflowing, candy falling out because they've just, as they walk, they're slinging it everywhere. I'm like, how did that happen? Scarlett has like 2 inches of candy in her bucket, and you guys
That was a tough one.
clearly didn't do the same thing. Scarlett's like, I just took one, I promise.
That was a tough one.
And Isla's like, well,
Isla's looking at me like, yeah, I did that. I'm like,
she wasn't upset with herself. She
No.
was not scared about being in trouble.
no. Like those are some
Bold.
That's yeah. We gotta address that situation.
She didn't get that from me.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, like, who's
I bet she did that
Wrong.
because she knew he was going to eat half of it.
She did keep saying all day, Dad can't.
Dad's gonna eat my candy.
Dad's gonna eat my candy.
So
Yeah,
he did
it's
that
out of fear.
from first Halloween. We took her trick or treating, and as the candy was going in the bucket, he was eating it. And so she started to refuse to even put it in the bucket.
Yep. Dale's a problem.
And she
Yeah.
does know that all the candy that she's getting on trick or treating night.
Halloween. That's the name.
Yeah. While she's trick or treating, she knows that the candy she's getting, she better eat in that
'cause
moment because as
Once it
soon
gets
as
to the house, we're probably going to throw
as
it
soon as
away.
it gets to the house, it disappears and she doesn't know where it goes. Because we do make it go away.
smart?
I bring it here to you guys.
We make
Y'all
it
get
go.
it. Y'all make it go away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Get all hopped up on sugar.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
Edit a
threat.
podcast.
I'll make your candy disappear. What?
Yeah.
No wonder she took
Guaranteed.
so many.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well,
All
that's
right.
a good.
That's
place.
fun. That was
That was
fun. We
fun.
did that was an extended Ask Amy. Thank you,
Yeah,
Amy,
about
for
a half
being here.
hour.
I'm sure all the
bad.
folks were happy that you were here today and enjoyed your insight.
I'm just glad that you and Andrew finally started talking again. That was really bothersome at first.
Yeah.
My bad.
Conversation.
Yeah.
He looked really sad. He's like, just sit here.
All right. Well, one thing that's not sad is Xfinity Mobile.
It's not.
No,
It's not.
no. Xfinity
Happy
Mobile.
thoughts. Xfinity Mobile.
Xfinity Mobile will make you happy. Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig in millions of locations nationwide. They are a premier partner of NASCAR. Thank you, Xfinity, for everything you do here for us. Thank you for sponsoring the Xfinity Series, which we're going to crown that champion this weekend. All right, thank you all for tuning in and joining us today. Had a lot of fun. And wanted to say, I think we said this, I don't know if we said it live or not, but usually, right, during the season, next week's show is the last show, not this year. We're going to keep creating content. Amy's going to be a part of some of that throughout the winter. We're going to have a little fun around some of the holidays and some of the things going on there. So more content coming. It's going to be a unique off season for Dirty Mo Media. Just want to let y'all know to keep an eye out. So stay tuned. We'll see you.